welcome to a brand new episode of Happy Mum, Happy Baby, the podcast. Today's guest is Olivia Bowen, Fred Syriax, Anton Dudbeck, Louise Bye, Amelia and Ollie Mers, Paul C. Bronson. Welcome to Happy Mum, Happy Baby. Anton, is fatherhood what you thought it would be?
Better.
Is it?
More expensive, but better. No, I'm joking. Better.
You're not joking.
Well, it is, but it's money well spent and worth every penny. But it is wonderful. I love it. I have to tell you, I love it. I would do it over and over and over again.
Is that a conversation that you and Hannah ever had?
Yeah, we have. We have had, but we won't do anymore.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Also, we're too old. I know. At that point, you can go, no, 35's not too old. You're rubbish. I'm ending this immediately.
I only slept 6 hours last night.
That's a lot.
No, it's not.
That's still a decent amount.
Okay, so that is like, that's what I function on. But before, it was like 10 hours, 11 hours a night. So that to me is like, I'm just a different person now. And they're like the interrupted sleep. That's what's, like you said, that's what's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they're like little newborns. But you just get up and go, you just deal with it, which is what I find the most insane thing, is that I just got up, I just fed him, I just dealt with it, I put him back, and you just keep doing it. You just keep going and keep going. And that's what's, again, so amazing about being a woman and having a baby and literally having a birth like I did, and then dealing with that, dealing with the sleep, dealing with underactive thyroid, but you just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget this, one of my favourite moments, and it shouldn't have been, but it was. So obviously Amelia had her mum there for some periods that I wasn't there because I was on the road, and when I got back one evening we had the baby together, and I don't know how old she was, 4 weeks, 5 weeks old, I don't know. But anyway, Amelia will remember it when I start telling the story, but basically we started to panic because the baby just wouldn't go to sleep. She was crying, she was going mad. And it was just one point, we tried everything. I was just looking at Maddie and I was just laughing.
And I was like, why are you laughing?
I was like, I don't know.
Crying.
What? She's crying. With her nappy's been changed. She's been fed. She's just not happy for some reason. I just couldn't stop laughing. And we were doing everything. We were jigging left and right. We were doing squats. We were putting music on. We were doing everything we could. And then I remember we didn't swaddle her in the hospital. By the way, this is like, I can't believe I've been talking like swaddles and like this is stuff that I've learned. It's like when you become a dad, you just have all these new things that all my mates that haven't got kids go, what's that? And you're like, oh my God, let me tell you what a swaddle
Let
is.
me swaddle you.
Yeah, exactly. So we swaddled her that night, didn't we? We went, do you know, we'll just try it. We didn't in the hospital. She was happy just having her arms swaying around, and we swaddled her and she just went.
As I get older and I see, you know, I've now had all of my grandparents pass away, and I've now seen, and my father-in-law is now passed away, and so you see, you know, I see my parents, I see my mother-in-law, and I think my wife and I are next up. Yeah. Like we're next up in terms of being responsible for this family, and even to this day, or should I say, in this moment, I already feel a large level of responsibility. You know, and with that comes a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And you need to have healthy places to release that stress. Because if you don't, that's where you turn to unhealthy, destructive I'll say mechanisms, you know, whatever it may be. And that inevitably not only destroys you, but then destroys all the people that you love.
Absolutely.
I decided, my hair was also long. I went into a salon and I told them to cut my hair really short like her dad. Like completely pixie short, no hair at the back. And I did my makeup and I went in and surprised I didn't tell her. And she's like, oh my God, Mummy, your hair, it looks amazing. I love it, Mummy. Oh my God. And she really loved it. And then I was like, okay. And then suddenly she started to say to me, Mummy, I want to do my hair like you. And I was like.
So you really preempted that moment and you protected her from that.
Made it easier.
Yeah. I've never heard of that before. And that's a really, really gorgeous thing. Gorgeous thing.
I think me and Ryan probably went into the whole birth pretty kind of clueless. I'm not an idiot, like, so maybe not clueless, a little bit naive. I would do things very differently now. And since, I have been looking into, there's a great website called birthrights.org. It is every woman's right to have a safe and dignified birth. You should be able to choose to have a C-section in this country. You should be able to choose the location of the hospital within reason. You just have to ask your GP and they can refer you to a different hospital even. And you should be able to choose your birth partner. All of those sort of simple things, but I just didn't know that at the time. I didn't know what was on offer.
I just felt really compelled. It's the only way I can describe it. I don't feel compelled to share a lot of my life, but I feel I am in a privileged position. I have a platform, I have a voice, and if I'm going to use it for anything, I'm going to use it for something that I feel matters.
Yeah.
And I did want other people to know that I just wanted people to know it can happen. Just keep going. I know it is it's soul destroying, and it's so much harder because it is something you're fighting for your child. And I think when you feel helpless as a parent, it's one of the worst feelings. And for me, it was unless you're in that world where you have a child that doesn't fit into the current parameters or box that we call education. Until you are in that, you don't understand it, you don't see it. Why would you? I don't begrudge people that. But when you are suddenly faced with that, which I was not expecting, I didn't see it coming. My experience of school was very different. I love school. I didn't find school challenging.
Yeah.
So to suddenly be faced with a very different experience for my son it has been the biggest learning curve of my life so far.
You talk in the book though about the mother load and about the juggle and about how, you are someone who takes it all on. Have you got better, like, since sharing that? And I know that we all take on far more than we should, and we don't share out that load. Have you got better since sharing it?
Yeah, I have. I rarely ask for help.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I kind of always, and I always have done, kind of feel like I can do it by myself. I'm fine. I don't need help. Everything's fine. Even when I was a child, like, I never asked for help with, like, tying my shoelace.
Do you know who you are? You're Inca.
Oh my God, I've made myself. Oh my God.
You've made yourself, yeah. You've made a mini-me.
Okay, she'll turn out all right then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Silver
all right.
lining.
Yeah.
Just ride the wave.
Oh my God, that was like therapy right there. Oh my God, that's really hit me. Yes, yes. So I've even forgotten what I was talking about now.
About doing it all.
Right.
Not wanting help.
Right.